I don't touch the stuff, not gonna touch the stuff, never touch the stuff. That was a lie.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Post Hype. I'm your host, MJ, and today we're going to be discussing how The Last of Us might not be as good as everybody's saying it is. Now, hold on. Put the pitchforks away. Don't riot. Don't jump into the comment section. Let me explain myself, guys. Look, I love The Last of Us, both the video games and the episode 1 that we just got on HBO Max. However, I want to talk about how everybody is kind of hyping it up to a proportion that I think is just unparalleled to what we've seen before, not only for any first episode of a TV show, but for specifically video game adaptations. And I think the recent trajectory of shows like Halo and The Witcher Blood Origin, which I should bleep that out. I shouldn't even say that one right there. But I think these recent shows that have crashed and burned so hard are the reason that fans and critics alike are like kind of mesmerized by The Last of Us, and I'm in that boat as well. I don't want you guys to get that misconstrued. I love The Last of Us. I thought the show was super well done and portrayed in a very faithful manner, which I respected, and I think faithfulness is the key to what we're going to talk about today, because I want to jump over to these articles and tweets right here, because I just want to show how crazy and how fanatic everybody is right now about The Last of Us, and how it could be setting it up for failure, in my opinion, because even compared to great all-time great shows like Breaking Bad, The Sopranos, The Wire, people are kind of raising The Last of Us up on this pedestal, and I don't know if it's going to be able to maintain that height through the course of this season and however long it continues to go. So to jump over to this one right here, I'm going to go through them pretty fast, but it says The Last of Us is currently the highest rated TV show on IMDb ever. This article from comicbook.com says The Last of Us already voted best TV show ever by fans. This right here from MSN.com, The Last of Us scores 4.7 million viewers, HBO's second biggest premiere since 2010. And then we also have this IMDb rating right here, which says The Last of Us is the #2 TV series of all time with ratings of over 1,000. Now that means like 1,000 people have gone to the second best TV show of all time under Breaking Bad. Is it really above shows like The Wire? Is it above shows like Avatar: The Last Airbender or even Game of Thrones? Well, Game of Thrones, it definitely is, but I think that it has to do with shows like the Halo series, like I talked about. If we jump over to the Halo IMDb rating, it is a 7.1 out of 10. However, if we jump over to Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 52% audience score. And I think that these recent video game adaptations are really leaving such a bad taste in everybody's mouth that so many people are quick to jump on The Last of Us and treat it like it's like the reincarnation of Christ in TV show form. And I don't know if that's going to help it in the long run. I'm actually extremely fearful for the trajectory of The Last of Us and seeing where it goes from here, because the quicker a show blows up, the faster it is to burn. And could the expectations that The Last of Us own audience is setting kind of be a setup for failure? I really think so. Now, obviously, if we go over to a show like Witcher Blood Origin, even on IMDb, which is, a little more giving than Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 4.6 rating, and if we jump over to its Rotten Tomatoes score, it has a 13% audience score with a 31 average tomato-ware, which that is just horrible. I mean, that is bad, guys. And I don't know. I mean, I think that these recent adaptations, like I've said time and time again now, are really setting up The Last of Us for failure, because is it as good as Breaking Bad? Is it as good as shows like The Wire, which are just all-time great TV series? It's yet to be seen, in my opinion, but I'm so scared, guys, that people are setting expectations too high for the HBO Max Last of Us series, and that it just isn't going to be able to reach that height at the end of the day. Now, obviously, only time can tell, but I'd love to hear what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think, just based solely off of episode 1, is this show going to be one of the all-time greats, or do you think that this is something that is going to have to be a slow burn, and we will see where it goes from here? Personally, I did really enjoy the first episode, but I'm more of the mindset of the latter, where I think that we're gonna have to see where this goes and how they treat it, because I mean, like Game of Thrones, I mean, that show was so good for years, and then at the very end, they decided to ruin it all. And who's to say that that won't happen with The Last of Us? So I don't want audience members and all of us here on YouTube and the fan bases everywhere to get ahead of ourselves and really expect something that we're not going to get at the end of the day. That being said, I'm super excited to see where the Last of Us series goes, and I'm going to be waiting every Sunday for the new episodes. I thought episode 1 was done wonderfully. I thought Pedro Pascal did a fantastic job as Joel, and I thought Tess and Ellie's actresses really did good as well. But that's where I'm going to wrap this one up here, guys. If you like the video, make sure to smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe.